Today I am going to discuss the physiochemical properties of the cell membrane. Okay, first point. Who discovered the fluid mosaic model? Yes, Singer and Nicholson. So we write here Singer and Nicholson. Fluid mosaic model. And second point, what are the major jobs that cell need to do? Basically, their job can be categorized into two broad headings, like morphological. That means the cell membrane delimitates the cell from extracellular microenvironment. And the next job that the cell membrane needs to do is functional. Functional means it needs to control the exchange of substances across the cell membrane, right? That means controls the exchange of substances across cell membrane. Okay. Now let's go to the next characteristics. Whether the cell membrane is the lipid bilayer and then it consists of phospholipids. The phosphate in is hydrophilic and the fatty acid in it's hydrophobic. It's like because the fatty acid is hydrophobic, like they face each other and they are organized in the center part of the cell membrane. Okay, so cell membrane is lipid bilayer. We have got phospholipid there, and the phosphate in is hydrophilic, and we have got fatty acid in, which is hydrophobic. Now let's go to the next character. In the lipid bilayer, we have got like proteins, some are like in between and some are like outside the surface of cell membrane. So proteins in the cell membrane, in or outside the cell membrane, they can be both categorized as integral protein or the peripheral proteins. Proteins, it can be integral, it can be peripheral. The integral proteins, their function is they act like channels or pores for the transport of substances, and the integral proteins, they also act as a carrier protein, and they also act as the receptor, and sometimes they also, these proteins, integral proteins, sometimes they act as channel or pores, sometimes they act as carrier, sometimes they act as receptor for the and sometimes they even act as like enzymes. And these peripheral proteins, they mainly act as enzymes, right, and as a controller for transport of substances across the cell membrane, right? Okay, besides this, we also have the carbohydrate in the cell membrane. These carbohydrates are called glycocalyx, and they are present on the outer surface of the cell, this glycocalyx, and carbohydrates are present in the form of glycoproteins, glycolipids, or proteoglycans. We'll see shortly. Carbohydrates They are called glycocalyx. Glycocalyx, right? And may be present in the form of glycolipids or glycoproteins or even proteoglycans. And these carbohydrates mainly functions in attaching cell to cell, right? And sometimes these carbohydrates also act as receptors, right? Receptors, and sometimes they also help in the immune reactions. Immune reactions.